I don't think I'm on the grass yet. Oh, that's the grass.
Hello and welcome to Lat It Up, where your driving skills are put to the test and then through the eyes of someone who doesn't have any. And today we're here with Dan!
Hello!
Dan Pugsley is an incredible sound designer working with the biggest creators on YouTube. To find out more, check the description down below.
So do you do a lot of racing games at all or anything like that?
I played a few, yeah, but nothing like this, like nothing realistic, I would say. I'm used to playing with a controller, not with a real like wheel and force feedback and stuff.
And so we did a few practice laps. How did you find that?
They were okay actually. It was much easier when you were kind of guiding me through it. When I had to figure it out myself, it was less good, but yeah.
And so after those practice laps, how do you think you're going to do today?
I have no idea.
Well, that all being said, let's get into the rules.
You'll be driving around the Short Brands Hatch circuit in the classic 1965 Mini Cooper S. You will first set a normal lap time, trying to drive around the circuit in the quickest time possible. But for your second lap, you'll be wearing one of the world's best drunk goggles. Every second will count here, so try to keep the car on the circuit as best you can. After both attempts are completed, your lap times will be added up for a final result. If your car runs off the circuit or crashes, you must still finish the lap as there are no second chances.
Welcome back to the racetrack for the 11th episode in Lat It Up, and Dan Pugsley is going straight into his lap.
All right, here we go.
Dan now making his way towards the first corner, which is Paddock Hill. Now this is the 11th episode in Lat It Up, which means there's only 13 left to go until the grand finale. But Dan is now going into the first corner on the racing line. Very nice from him, hooking it up on the right hand side. Just needs a decent exit now where so many people have skidded off, and very nicely handled by Dan. Now going into the second corner, which is Druids.
All right, I now need to brake a lot on this one. Oh, fuck.
Oh, a little bit of grass cutting there for Dan.
Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing, should I?
Nicely recovered there by Dan, going around the hairpin corner, still sticking it on the racing line. Very good from him. Now going down to the third corner. Now for someone who doesn't drive, Dan is sticking to the racing line absolutely perfectly, but this third corner is where we see people have too much speed going in, sliding straight off, but he's handled that corner absolutely perfectly. Now heading down towards the Cooper Straight. This is a really impressive lap by Dan.
I think I can keep speed up here.
Dan remembering back to his practice laps of where he needs to fully accelerate and where to brake, and going through that chicane there, he's executed that absolutely perfectly. Now going into the final corner on the lap, and this is going to be an impressive run for Dan. He's definitely going to be in the top 5 in the first lap category.
That's flat out, I think. Doing okay.
The current lap record is a 1 minute 13 held by Connor Travers in the first ever episode, but Dan has done an amazing lap and he's currently in contention to beat that. But now we're going up to the finishing line. Is he going to beat it? Is he going to get the lap record? It's going to be a 1 minute 14.747.
How did you find that?
I messed up a few places, but I think largely it was okay.
You're currently second quickest in the first one.
I'm surprised, but you know, again, quietly confident.
And also, it shows that you're a good racing driver because you're still like, oh, this place I could have done better and such, which is amazing. So,
I mean, like I kind of lost it on a couple of corners. It was wobbling around a bit. So,
what's your feeling now going into second lap wearing the drunk goggles?
I think it's going to be a big mess, but I want to give it a go.
Right, let's get into it.
After an impressive first lap, is now onto Dan's second lap wearing the drunk goggles.
Right.
And away he goes, heading down now to the first corner.
So all I can see is a strip of black. I have no idea where. Oh, shit! Where the corner's gone. I don't think I'm on the grass yet. No, that's the grass.
A little bit wavy for Dan, but he's held on to it pretty well. Now heading up towards the second corner.
There's the bridge. I know there's a bridge. Bridge. So now a brake. There's a corner somewhere. Come on, corner. You bastard. Oh, this is so much harder. Do I brake on this one? I don't remember. It looks a bit red.
Again, Dan using references around the track to help him out, but now going into the second half.
I think we're safe. I think this is the one where I don't slow down.
Again, this has been an incredible lap for Dan. He's only just a few seconds off his first actual lap time, but now going into the Cersei chicane.
Where's the corner?
And again, Dan is still on the racing line, even when wearing the drunken goggles, going through the Cersei chicane absolutely perfectly.
Okay, now I need to brake a lot on this one at some point.
Just going into the final corner, he's just gone over a minute on his lap time and now heading down towards the finishing line.
I think it's just straight to the end. I hope.
Yet again, Dan is in contention to get the fastest lap by wearing the drunk goggles. Now the current lap record is a 1 minute 20 held by Liam from the last episode, but Dan definitely looks like he's going to be very close to that time. Now here comes the finishing line. What's it going to be? It's a 1 minute 20.434, beating Liam by 1,000th of a second.
That's so much harder. That's impossible, yeah. That's really, really difficult.
So what sort of areas were you having the most trouble with?
Corners, because you can't see them. You just don't know where they are. I was kind of looking out for landmarks like the bridge to know when to slow down and stuff like that, but besides the bridge, that's like the only main landmark I could remember.
So in your first lap, you were the second quickest and got a 1 minute 14.747. And on your second lap, you had a 1 minute 20.434.
Yeah.
With a total time of 2 minutes 35.181, which makes you the quickest person
Really?
in Lap It Up.
You're kidding?
Literally beating Liam in the last episode.
Oh, sorry,
Liam Dryden's also here and is very upset.
Look, I couldn't even have it for 5 minutes. This is bullshit. Rematch right now.
Sorry,
So,
Liam.
as someone who doesn't drive, what do you think of that?
I think it's great. I think everyone should drive drunk. Yeah, it's great.
No,
don't do that.
don't do that.
That's the
Don't
wrong
do that.
message.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
So have you enjoyed yourself?
It's been fantastic, yeah.
Well, thank you ever so much for being on the show, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Now remember, you can check out that content by clicking the links down below, and if you want to see where everyone is at currently in the championship, look over to the right hand side. But who should be in the next episode of Lap It Up? Let me know down in the comments below, and also remember to subscribe so you're then ready for those new episodes. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.